Money Shadow. This is a prequel to a video in the askSlim library, The Shadow. Understanding your psychological relationship with wealth and trading. You're encouraged to watch that video for the process taught in that video. It will be very helpful. The shadow is a concept from Carl Jung's analytical psychology that refers to the unconscious aspects of our personality, traits, desires, and emotions that we suppress or deny because they conflict with our self-image or societal expectations. These hidden elements can influence behavior in unexpected ways, often manifesting as projections onto others or irrational emotional reactions. Jung believed integrating the shadow, acknowledging and accepting these suppressed aspects, lead to personal growth and psychological wholeness. The psychological roots of financial behavior, our attitudes and actions, come from early childhood experiences. Events around money shape subconscious financial habits. Societal conditioning influences our views on wealth, success, and scarcity. For example, a trader raised in a household where money was always scarce develops a scarcity mindset, hesitating to take calculated risks, even when the data supports the likelihood that the trade will be profitable. This trader has low risk tolerance, most likely struggles in volatile market conditions or in trading volatile vehicles. Projections in money. Traders project personal insecurities onto the market, seeing danger where little exists. They project reactions onto others, believing they will be judged harshly. Market movements trigger emotional responses tied to past experiences. Learn more about this in the askSlim Trader Psychology video, The Shadow. For example, a trader who subconsciously believes they are undeserving of wealth repeatedly makes impulsive trades that sabotage their profits, unknowingly fulfilling their self-limiting belief. This brings emotional reactions and negative feedback in that negative feedback loop. Bad trade, negative feelings, more bad trades. Emotions are the window into our shadows as they relate to trading. Fear, shame, guilt, anger, sadness can cause hesitation, panicky entries and exits of positions, and generally avoiding risk. This leads to poor trader development. You hide from the markets at times, and sometimes you hide the results. It can bring emotional flooding, bringing freezing, which compounds the issues. Also can bring aggressive, impulsive actions, chasing momentum, ignoring warnings, overtrading, and even suicide trading. For example, a day trader experiences a losing streak and becomes terrified of placing trades, missing opportunities. Meanwhile, another trader, driven by losses, risks too much capital, chasing a hot stock with a late entry. It then reverses sharply, resulting in a big loss. Recognizing your personal money shadow. Identify limiting beliefs around money, scarcity mindset versus abundance mindset. That is so important. Spot emotional triggers, fear of loss, fear of undeserving of wealth, or risk addiction, taking excessive risk to solve a problem. Make back losses for the thrill. Example, a trader notices they get unusually anxious before placing a trade, tracing it back to their childhood experiences of financial instability and realizing it impacts their decision making. Integrating the shadow for financial growth. Acknowledge your unconscious biases, the way the shadow hurts you while it tries to protect you. Acknowledge the lie, why the shadow holds you back. Self-awareness leads to better decision-making. Develop financial habits that align with a conscious strategic approach. This is versus the way our shadow wants us to act, withdrawn and protective. Example, an investor who used to make impulsive trades based on fear starts practicing mindfulness before trading, getting centered, reviewing their plan, getting a good overview of the markets and opportunities. This reduces emotional reactions and improves their performance. Learn when your reactions are that of the victim versus the warrior. This is language some of you may not be familiar with. Read the book King, Warrior, Magician, Lover by Robert Moore and Douglas Gillette. The warrior archetype embraces discipline, strategy, and responsibility, takes healthy and appropriate actions that bring a likelihood of success. The victim reacts emotionally, blames external forces or other people's ideas, and lacks control. They expect poor results, feel at war with the market, thus have very poor execution. For example, a disciplined trader sets up stop-loss strategies and risk management rules. Actions are governed by their king archetype, whereas another trader blames the market for their losses, deep in their victim archetype, and refuses to manage the losses and adjust their approach. Hence, losses are much bigger than wins, and anxiety rules. Transforming emotional reactions into wisdom. Watch these videos in the askSlim Trader Psychology Library. Fear, transforming negative energy. That has the story of the lions. You're going to love that. Our big lie and how it affects our trading. This is something that we hold on to that we learned much younger in life. And a very key, money versus process. This is about when we look at money versus staying on the process, and it really helps you understand how to do that. Staying on process is key. Each day, practice mindfulness techniques. Center yourself to prepare, recognize, and manage emotions during trading. Cultivate patience and trust the process rather than reacting impulsively. For example, a former emotionally driven trader learns patiently to analyze market situations, using their knowledge instead of reacting emotionally, turning their hesitancy into productive planning and greater success. The next few bullet points are about mastering the money shadow. Understanding and integrating your money shadow is not just about improving your trading. It's about transforming your relationship with wealth and financial decisions at a fundamental level. The goal is not to eliminate emotions, but to work with them consciously, using self-awareness as a powerful tool for financial success. Awareness is the first step before traders can master their money shadow. They must first acknowledge its presence. Recognizing deep-seated fears, emotional triggers, and subconscious beliefs about money allows them to take back control from their unconscious patterns. Trading as a psychological journey, learning technical skills is important, but long-term success comes from emotional resilience and psychological self-awareness. The market acts as a mirror, reflecting our deepest anxieties and desires. Those who master their inner self often achieve stability in their financial world. How about their entire world? Example, a trader who has faced repeated losses does deep reflection, realizing that impatience and impulsivity were the root causes, leading them to adjust their strategy and improve results. A trader who realizes they feel undeserving of financial success can begin by addressing this belief, preventing self-sabotaging their trades. Embrace the emotional intelligence gained from your emotional reactions. Hesitation from fear and other emotions is natural. Successful traders work with their emotions rather than against them. Mastery comes from integrating emotion with logic, creating a balanced, strategic approach to risk-taking. For example, a trader used to avoid trading as each time he sat at his desk and turned on the computer, fear overwhelmed him. Now, he enjoys that and he knows that he has a valid plan that protects him. Knowing and controlling that fear-based shadow. That's important. You want to know and control that fear-based shadow. And then he reaffirms himself. He says, I am in control of this, and does many other affirmations also. Breaking free of the money-based identity, many people unconsciously tie their self-worth to their financial success or failures. Learning to separate financial outcomes from personal identity allows traders to make rational decisions without emotional attachment. For example, instead of feeling devastated by a loss, a trader views it as an opportunity to refine their approach and gain deeper insights into market behavior. So instead of a panicked base reaction at the first sign of trouble, now they understand their fear response and instead assess whether the move in the market aligns with their analysis and broader trends before acting. Very good lesson. Final thoughts. By mastering the money shadow, traders shift from reacting unconsciously to creating financial success intentionally. This requires ongoing self-reflection, adaptability, and emotional discipline. But those who embrace the process emerge stronger, more confident, and more financially resilient. Mastering the money shadow isn't just about trading. It's about reshaping your entire financial mindset. By confronting unconscious patterns, integrating self-awareness, and approaching money with clarity, you position yourself for long-term success in both life and investing. This is a list of 22 more askSlim Trader Psychology videos, in addition to the one I mentioned, The Shadow, available to askSlim member levels 2, 3, and 4. Take a look at this list. This is an amazing way for you to gain insights and to really improve things like the shadow and ways that there are parts of you inside that drive you to not being in your best mindset and not having your greatest success. So take a look at this and do check out askSlim.
Well, I'm going to the city and I'm going to do a steady show.